Hi, this is Teresa Dickinson from Oakwood Homes. I hope everybody can hear me. If somebody could just type yes in the comments box, that would be really helpful before we start the tour here today of this charming 3-bedroom semi-detached home. Sorry, beg your pardon, 4-bedroom semi-detached home in King Edward Avenue, Broadstairs. So King Edward Avenue, just point you down the road, is located literally a 5-minute walk to the town. I've just walked it myself from our offices, which are located in the High Street. Queen's Road runs across the end of the King Edward Avenue here and straight up to the High Street. Viking Bay is a 5-minute walk down the road as well, and Stone Bay with its blue flag beach is about a 10-minute walk from the property. So absolutely perfect position from a location point of view. And looking up the road, as you'll see, it's a variety of houses. Property here was built circa 1920s, and we've got the all-important off-street parking space at the front of the property, which is great for Broadstairs. As you can see, for example, from next door, it's quite adequate to fit a car on, and indeed the other properties down the road. So entirely possible to get at least one vehicle off the road here. So let's go through into the property. So this house is in need of complete renovation. I would suggest it's not been changed for some years. We've got an entrance porch here which leads into the hallway. So as I say, it needs thorough updating, so bear with us as we walk through what has clearly been a family home over the years, and then in later life has just become a little bit too much for someone to keep up with, but would make a beautiful family home again now. So you've got a few original radiators as well within the property. So there is gas central heating. I'm just going to take you around to look at another angle from the hallway. So this is from the dining room, and then looking back towards the front door. There we are. There is an understairs storage cupboard, and that houses your meters. Give it a look. It's a bit dark, so I beg your pardon if it's a little bit dark on the process at your end. But you've got a little bit of storage space there for all the usual bits and pieces that we need for cleaning our houses as well, so hoovers and such. So let's move through to the lounge. Good sized family lounge. I beg your pardon, that was a door just slamming in the wind. So good sized lounge. Still got the original picture rails and the original fireplace as well, the fire surround. Coming through to the bay window area, looking back on the room, you can see the doors are also the original doors to the property, and we've got the plate rack as well. And this one, don't see many of those anymore. It's quite nice to see it's still maintained within the property. And looking back, so that's the bay window. Okay, leading through from here, we have the dining room to the rear of the property. And going in again, we've got a fireplace there. It's just got a gas fire, so I beg your pardon, an electric fire in at the moment. But obviously that can be changed with the possibility of opening up the chimneys again, if that was somebody's wish. This property comes with a beautifully large garden, which we'll go out and see in a minute. You can just peek through from here. Obviously the garden needs some maintenance, and a lot more light will come into this room once the garden has been cleared. Let me take you back round to see the other view. Now, subject to structural works, it may be possible for this wall here, which then goes through to the breakfast room, to then possibly be opened up, subject to planning, etc. and structural surveys, to be able to open up through into the breakfast room. I'd imagine somebody would want to replace the boiler with a more modern combi boiler perhaps, which would then potentially allow for this wall to be opened up through into the dining room, which would give you a lovely size kitchen diner right the way across the back of the house. So as I say, got a floor standing boiler there, and then the hot water cylinder, torpedo tank and expansion vessel there serving the property. Another little storage cupboard above, and in this room there's also just a little larder cupboard there, or further storage cupboard. Okay, so coming through then to the kitchen. So the kitchen's only quite small at the moment, as I say, but you've got the option to open up this room across to the dining room and then perhaps make your kitchen into a really decent sized utility. So your kitchen measures approximately 9'1" by 6'9", and your breakfast room 12'7" by 9'10". My apologies, I didn't give you the lounge measurements. They were 16'2" by 14'4", and dining room 15'2" by 10'4". We've also got a larder pantry area off this area of the kitchen, which behind that, I'm just going to swing around and show you from this back door here, another view of the kitchen leading into the breakfast room there. But coming out into this little rear lobby area, which leads out to the rear garden, backing onto that larder cupboard, you've also then got sort of an outdoor cloakroom, outdoor-indoor cloakroom. Okay, if I'm making anybody dizzy and going too fast, please let me know. Happy to go at your pace. We'll go upstairs before I take you out into the garden. So, just walking back through. So this is your breakfast room again, as seen from the kitchen. There we go. And then back into the hallway. There's another view of the hallway there. So quite a spacious hallway, which is nice. Plenty of rooms if you're a young family with prams, etc., for bringing them into the property. And access to the property can also be gained to the rear garden via gated side access. So let's take a walk up the stairs to the 4 bedrooms. So again, good size landing. Which leads along and down. And then you've got your access to the attic, which hasn't been inspected. But obviously that would be something that would be taken up on surveys. And then just given another view of your landing from this end. And let's go through to the master bedroom. It's a lovely size room, 16'6" by 12'5". So again, original fireplace. As you can see, quite a lot of work is going to need to go in to the property, some loving work, But there are some beautiful original features with the fireplaces and just the windows here. As you can see, the detailing in the glass, the leaded glass. Lovely to see. And a beautiful blue Broadstairs sky. There we go, looking back across the main bedroom. Got a little store cupboard this side of the fireplace. Just a chimney depth, but always a handy space to have. Or the potential to build in some more modern wardrobes if you wish to. Coming through, let's take a walk into bedroom 2. This bedroom faces the rear of the property, so overlooks the rear garden, and we're 15 foot 10 by 10 foot 4. Now the ceiling has already come down in here, so this would need replacing. There's clearly had been a leak at some point through the roof, but I would imagine that probably would have been part of somebody's project anyway during the modernisation of the property. So again, a lovely sized room, nice and bright there with the sun shining through the window. And again, similar in this room, you've got an original fireplace and another chimney depth storage cupboard to the side of it. A couple of the rooms have got more modern radiators than the original ones, so a few have clearly been replaced over the years. Let's have a little sneaky peek down the garden from here. Taking the curtain down so you can see through. So you can see a beautiful sunny aspect to the garden. Really long garden as well. Okay, so let's take you through to bedroom 3. So again, bedroom 3 faces to the rear. It's another room being of a double size, 12 foot 6 by 9 foot 10. So more than adequately a double bedroom. Again, window facing to the rear. This is another double glazed window in here. And again, overlooking the rear garden. Let me take you back to show you the other aspect of the room. There we are. Again, a more modern radiator in here as well. So we'll look at the bathroom facilities before we go up to bedroom 4. So we've got an old-fashioned high-level cistern in here, which will need obviously completely replacing. And you've got separate bathroom with just basin and bath. And here, and again a double glazed window to the side. But all the original doors and door furniture, which is lovely to see. Those brass handles would clean up beautifully, just to keep that original detailing and features. Let's just go back to the front of the property for bedroom 4, which is clearly someone's beloved hobby room in the past. And you'll see what the hobby was when we go out into the garden. This room measures 9 foot 5 by 7 foot 9. Again, as with a couple of other ceilings, we've got the polystyrene tiles which will need to naturally be replaced. But again, beautiful detailing on the windows there to the front. So it's a bit difficult to give you a better idea of that room, but hopefully you've got a good idea of the size. There's lovely light coming in and a feeling of space through this property. Right, let's take you back down the stairs. If anybody has any questions at any time, just type them into the inspections the question box at the side of your screen, and I'll happily answer them for you. If there's any room that you wish me to revisit at all, then I can do that. So let's walk through to the rear garden, which is truly lovely, and especially on a sunny day such as today. So it's accessed through the little rear lobby off the back of the kitchen. We've got a few steps going down into the garden. So we've got 5 steps in total, and I'll just turn around to show you the back of the property here. So it's quite a substantial amount of property for the money. So we're on a guide price of $490,000, and yes, you are going to be spending money to get this property into good order, but it'll be well worth the project and the spend for the outcome, I'm sure. So we also have a little half-level storage underneath the back end of the property. That just goes through slightly. Can't see too far in, but there we go. It doesn't go right the way back into the house, but it's a really good, decent storage space for some garden bits and pieces. That said, there's no shortage of storage at all in the garden in this property, as you'll see as we walk down. So we've got a patio area to the front here, and greenhouse, and then an archway with just a couple of steps which leads up to the upper level of the garden, which we'll take a look in a minute. I'll just show you the side access. So we have the gated side access to the property, and if you can see the little railway line running down, that's a further clue as to the previous occupier's hobby here. We've got an outside light up there as well, just in the on the right hand wall there. And then looking up the garden, let's follow the train track for you. It follows round, as you can see here, with the other side now of the greenhouse. Hear the birds singing. It's an absolutely beautiful day. So the garden needs attention, but it's clearly been loved at some point in the past. I would suggest there was probably an old pond there at some point. It's no longer there. So here start the outbuildings for the property. Your train track runs up to what I affectionately call the little station house at the top, as you can see. Let's walk through this way. So here we have one brick built shed. It's actually got a double glazed door on it, and that's where your train line ends, at the top end of the garden here, into this storage area underneath. So I'm just coming back to the brick storage area as just mentioned, which has just a shelved cupboard to one side, and then through the double glazed doors just got the glass brick wall windows at the end there. Okay. So coming through from here, there's some little steps leading up. To this area of the garden, which, as you can see, we're back by the side of the brick unit. There's also another large storage shed. Just going to swivel you around again. So part brick, part timber. Storage shed here. Haven't got the key for that, unfortunately, so I can't show you inside that one. And similarly, as I say, what I call the station master's lock up. So up a few more steps there, which would make a great little summer room at the top end of the garden. You can see it's got some double glazed windows, just sliding patio doors there. Make a fantastic, like I say, summer house or playroom for children. And let's look back down the garden to the house. There we are. Well, that's it for 44 King Edward Avenue in Broadstairs. If you have any questions at all, please call the office on 01843 809 000, and I'm sure one of the staff will be more than happy to answer any questions you have. Thank you for joining me here today. Bye for now.